like I'm awake. I'm still half asleep, y'all. You can see by look in my face or whatever. But welcome to the Weekend Zone. I hope everybody's up and not watching us while they're sitting on the toilet for their morning, you know. But I'm Britt Johnson. You guys can follow me on all social media at I am Britt Johnson.
It's your boy Chris. You can find me everywhere at CK2K.
I'm Jackie Ray. You can find me on all things social media at JRay the Fanatic. I'm personally not mad if they're starting their day like that, Britt. It's the best way to start the day.
You know what? It is. It is.
Right. Do a day, right?
So, on the Lou, let's get into honorable mentions. So, MLB player Torrey Hunter posted something earlier in the week. I'll just kind of run down it really quick. He basically described that he had a no-trade clause to Boston his whole entire MLB career because of the verbal abuse he got when he did go there and play, when he was on other teams and had to go there and play. Basically, finally, the Red Sox, we've all heard this, mumbling throughout all the leagues, people feel like that with the Patriots when they play against them. People feel like that when they play against the Boston Celtics. So the Boston Red Sox actually responded to what Hunter said this week and said, I'll kind of just dumb it down a little bit. If you doubt Hunter because you never hear it yourself, take it from us, it happens. True change starts from within, and as we identify how we can do better, please know we are listening, we hear you, and we believe you. They also, in that statement, went on to say that just last season alone that they arrested 7 people, or there were 7 incidences documented where people had said racial slurs and they were banned from the stadium or whatever. So they recognized, they know it was way more than 7, but those were the 7 that they caught and were banned from the stadium. So do you guys think that this is a good thing, Jack? I think that them acknowledging that what we all knew that Boston is great, that the teams acknowledging that their fans are like, that's a good thing, and they'll continue to, start getting these racist fans out here.
I think it's a great thing. I've personally been to Boston just as a regular person who nobody knows who I am and have experienced it. Boston's a terrible place. I would never live there as a Black person. So I definitely appreciate the team coming out and saying, hey, don't think he's making this up. We know it happens. Sometimes it's a catch-22 for me. It's like, why are you just now saying this? This has been happening since Boston's been Boston. You know what I mean? But at the same time, that's the movement we're on right now. So I appreciate them not only saying it, but saying, hey, we're going to start from within, and then maybe the fans will follow suit. I doubt it because it seems to be all of Boston to me. But I thought it was great. I really applaud them on this one.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see. Right now, we won't have fans in the stands, but that might be the case once they do resume fans in the stands, because they're going to have to ban a lot of people in Boston if they don't want any.
Be 2 people in the stands anyway.
Right. So moving on to our next topic. So we all got super excited because the NBA scheduled their return, which is going to be July 31st. But guess what, guys? I have really big news for you guys. That is not going to be our first live basketball that we can watch on ESPN. So there is going to be a tournament. It's called the Basketball Tournament. I don't know if you guys have heard about it, also known as TBT, but it is actually going to be back on ESPN. They signed a extension for multi-year, multi-platform for TBT, and they are actually going to have their tournament July 4th through the 14th. So we got some early basketball that we can enjoy. It's going to take place in Columbus, Ohio. Basically, the league or the tournament consists of mostly like overseas players and former college players. It is 120 teams actually applied this year to be a part of it. It's a huge, huge tournament. Only 24 were accepted. This is probably one of the lowest numbers they've had, but just because COVID and stuff like that, they couldn't take more teams. So 24 teams are going to participate. They have really strict rules. If one person on any of the teams gets or tests positive for COVID-19, that whole team is actually disqualified. So everyone's probably going to be on their teammates to make sure they're all locking themselves down and kind of policing each other in that aspect, because the winner of the TBT tournament wins $1 million. Now, this sounds like a lot of money, but it's only half of what they did last year. Last year, the winner got $2 million, but obviously people just aren't making a lot of money this year. There's not going to be fans, whatever. So it's cut down just for this season to $1 million. But when a lot of people haven't been working, that's still a lot of money. So I'm excited. Chris, are you excited to watch this? Because we were thinking we had to wait till the 31st, but July 4th, we are getting basketball back on July 4th.
Yeah, no, I like the TBT tournament. Like you said, it has some players that, even though it's not, NBA players, but there's a lot of players that were one time in the league, or players that you remember from your favorite colleges and stuff like that are in that tournament. Overseas players, you're like, oh shoot, he went to Syracuse. Yeah. I didn't know where he's been. So yeah, I'm excited to watch that. The nice little palate cleanser until the NBA comes back at the end of July. So yeah, it's gonna be dope.
And it'll be interesting. This will be the first time we'll see, because they won't have fans in the stands either. So we'll kind of get that feeling of what we could expect when the NBA comes back. But that's it for honorable mentions. I hope you guys are done taking your doodles. So we're gonna move on to Chris's.
Hope y'all boo-boos is done, because
now they're brushing their teeth. They've moved on. They're brushing their teeth now.
Right. we got some trash talk over here. I don't know if you heard over the week, but we were talking about NASCAR and Ray and how he was upset with the new rules and the changes within NASCAR, and he decided that he is leaving and he is taking his losing career with him.
Right.
And he is very mad about it. So with all that going on, even NASCAR came at him talking about they don't even know who he is. But also with the support that the NASCAR was getting for their changes from football players and stuff, Leonard Fournette came at Ray because he had some words for Ray and the reason why he decided to leave. He tweeted 0 wins. He should have been quit. And I think that's the opinion that we all have when we were talking about it on our live. Because look, nobody, even the sport that you were playing for, didn't even know who you were. So Ray, not gonna be missed. Go on with yourself and do whatever you gotta be in your little corner. Moving
this
on.
is the most he's probably ever been talked about.
Man,
congratulations.
Man. And maybe that
guy had to delete his Twitter because dang, I'm finally getting attention and I can't even be on social media now.
Yeah,
he does not know what to do with it. Well, I feel like we did a good job not talking about this dude for quite some time, but he's back. Drew Brees. I'm not going to go down that whole thing. We already know he said the wrong things, and he's getting a lot of flack from everybody besides his teammates now. Still a little upset about that. But one of his teammates is still he's staying stern with what he said and how he feels about Drew Brees. Even though he is choosing to give him a chance, he still believes what he said and still stands by what he said, and that is Malcolm Jenkins. Malcolm Jenkins was one of the first people to come out and say something amidst the Drew Brees comment and then apologies and blah, 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 blah. And Malcolm Jenkins told him a lot of things, spoke his emotions, but basically ended with shut the up sometimes. And he stands by that. He said he's actually proud of himself. He went on to say, I thought that it was important that our country understand the pain Black people have been dealing with and that Black people carry around. And I think we are in that amount, where we need truth before we can have reconciliation. And that was an opportunity for me to share my truth, not only to Drew Brees, but to anybody who was watching. Honestly, if at this point in time, in 2020, people don't understand what the protests are about, then they are blatantly trying to ignore it. So basically, this isn't really trash talk, but this is we're going to call this one, I said what I said. Right. Yeah. It's all facts, but he said, I said what I said. Drew knows how I feel, but I still feel the way I feel, and just know that for not even just Drew Brees, for anyone who else feels like Drew Brees. So shout out to Malcolm Jenkins. I'm glad he's back in the Saints uniform, and that's all I got for trash talk.
That's it.
I got those 2 pieces.
Jackie, are we snapping or are we clapping today, girl?
So we're going to find out together because, I just felt like we always snapping, so I didn't even pay that much attention. So we're going to have to go into this one together. So this first one is from a stand-up. I think this is from Chris, and it just says, mind y'all business. But
I'm glad that
anyone have anything
for Chris a little bit. I needed more. That wasn't even a snap. That was
it wasn't.
That was like a point. I was like, listen, Chris, you know,
right.
You guys come for Chris one time, please. Come up for us.
Right. So this one is from Brit Stand Up about LeBron and the voting thing that he's doing right now. And it says, thumbs down on this video because you misread LeBron's quote. I had to rewind and pause, like WTH. Reading isn't that hard. Brit, did you misquote my boy?
I don't know.
What?
And that's what it wasn't like I don't think it was like a verbatim quote that we had.
Yeah,
so it could have been typed wrong.
That's just
could
petty,
have been.
man.
Well,
because it wasn't a tweet. It wasn't a tweet.
It wasn't.
So it was from like a video, and I just said what he said in the video. So I don't think that happened.
Petty. That's nothing.
Well, this was from the Thursday.
But I'm glad you're in our videos so hard. That
right. Hey, but you know what? I got to, as LeBron fans, though, we be paying like attention. We know when he gets his haircut.
Tell boy to stand down.
Was that your burner account?
Right.
Was that you?
I don't have a burner account. I need to get one, though.
Okay, Katie.
That's what KD said, right. Yep, KD said the same thing.
Stop it. All right, so this one came from our live a couple of days ago, and it says, y'all remember when the Fumble was dead-ass popular, and now it's dead as hell? Look, you was watching, so we can't be that dead.
Sports to talk about, and we don't anymore.
Sorry. We get one of these a week. Try again, try harder.
I know, right? Okay, and so this, oh my God, see, y'all in these paragraphs be making me mad.
Yes.
This is from Devin's video. Devin's not even here to defend herself. So we got to represent for Devin. It says the reporting in this video is atrocious. You need evidence of fact to construct a point in a video. What you have is a lot of opinion with no truth to back it up. Thank God you mentioned you base your perspective on information from the jump so I could see what the facts are in their video. Have you ever heard the term show your work? I remember that. What information are they forming their conclusion on? This is so long. I'm not even done yet. This entire video is just speculation at best without the information to make it credible. It's like you guys read a headline and take off to make a video without the tools you need to be successful.
Well, I will say that the Fumble is mostly a commentary thing. We're not in the front lines getting the news and the actual quotes from the athletes. We don't do stuff like that. We literally take something that's happened and we give our take on it.
Right. Hence that's why they have
it came about.
And they also have First Take, with Stephen A. and Max Kellerman.
They don't have people, they just do a take on it.
Yeah, they give opinions all the time. So if you don't like opinions, may I suggest CNN? And that's all I have to say about that. That's it for me.
All right, really quick, our L's of the week. So Chris already talked about my L a little bit. It goes to my guy Ray Ray because he just he tried it. He thought he was going to have a bunch of NASCAR people behind him. Yes, he's leading the way for us and we're all leaving. We're all going to cancel the NASCAR because of it. Well, that didn't happen. And now NASCAR has a bunch of new fans of color. I just bought a Bubba Wallace shirt myself.
Get it?
Yes. Yes.
We're taking your spot. Nobody cared. You never won anything anyway. So see you later, Ray Ray.
Bye-bye, Ray Ray.
My L is actually, it's barely fitting this week, but it's something that it really, really, really frustrated and pissed me off over the weekend. And it was after all of the NFL, not all, but majority of the NFL stars came out and said something about the initial statement that the NFL put out. Then leading to Roger Goodell and the NFL coming out saying that, yes, we stand by our players and we hear everything they have to say and we stand by their beliefs too.
You look more like Bill Cosby right now than you look like Roger Goodell.
I'm not trying to look like him. The point of the matter was it fell on deaf ears because look, it's almost 4 years since Colin Kaepernick made his stand and you guys destroyed this man's career and had nothing to say all this time. And even in this attempt to try to make things right, you still didn't even recognize or say his name. So that's something that really irritated me all week, and that's something that I held a grudge with, and I don't really hold many grudges. So that still gets my L, and I just want to let it be known that it was still there and it's still a thing that happened. It still pissed me off. So that gets my L all the way into the next week.
Love it. So me, I'm staying with what I've been on with the Saints and this Drew Brees situation, because when you get Shaquille O'Neal to be on your call to motivate your team, and did y'all send Papa John pizza to each of their houses?
Can I one up Shaq? Did you hear who else was on that meeting?
Oh dear God, no.
Spike Lee.
How, Sway? How? I don't understand.
I just wanted to
Look, I get what you're trying to do.
He can't even motivate his own Knicks. So
Spike Lee can't get in the door that he wants to for the Knicks.
Right.
So why are you having him trying to look? I get it. You want the power to the people, black guy on the call, and you want the guy that was like, I'm going to be the face for a racist organization. You're trying to blend the two. It's a horrible call. You get the L from me, and dare I say it might be infinity. Now I'm mad that y'all out here doing too much.
Yeah, too much.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys all for tuning into the Weekend Zone. I hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend. We will be back Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for our live show, and we will see you on Weekend Zone next weekend. Everybody have a good weekend.
Yeah, hope you wipe the butt and wash your hands.
Don't make me do the only social distance dance out.
Oh, that's right.
Not for myself. Okay, there we go.
I know. Okay. See y'all later. Bye.